Okay, let's look at the weighting factors. Up here, you can load, save, but I'll talk about those in a moment. Let's look at display player weights. Okay, so here's what we got. So for the player, let's say a pitcher, it's got these various ratings. And again, for the player, you're batting against the stats, player batting, player fielding, and so on. If you want to take a look at the what the values are, what these slides are, you can go over the glossary. And let's get these out of the way. And here you could see, for example, let's say K, right? K is, let's see, K is strikeouts. So it's a good example. So with these weighting factors, right now they're all set at 4. And I'll explain that in a moment. But let's just stick with strikeouts. So here's how this is going to work. Let's pull up, for example, the database. We're going to look at player pitching. Let's look at strikeouts, K, and let's sort that by descending. So now, when you look at K, of all of the pitchers, there's one pitcher's got 24 strikeouts. So 24 is the max, and would go all the way down to probably, what, 0? Yeah, down to 0. So, K24. Let's go back to the weighting factors. Here's how this is going to work. With a K value set at 4, and the total strikeouts were 24, every player will be analyzed. So a player that has 24 strikeouts, he has the maximum number. His percentage of the weighting factor will be at 1. So in other words, a guy with 24 would have a value of 1, and then 1 times this scale factor 4, he would get 4 points for strikeouts. A player that's got 12 strikeouts with the maximum of 24, he would have 0.5 of the weighted value. 0.5 times 4, he'd get 2, so he'd get 2 points. That's how these weighting factors are going to work. I first calculate the total, and then everybody's compared against the total to determine the percentage of total times this weighted factor. And that's how the individual points would be created. Okay, so that all being said, right now everything is set at 4. You may want to change those. Where do you think there's more weighted value? You want to change, 4, maybe it goes up to 6, or it goes down to 1, or you don't want to give it any value, put it at 0. That's how you're going to change this. These down here with the question marks, they're just empty extra slides, so don't worry about those. If you wanted to change, wholesale change, you can come over here and say, let's say 2, set all weights to 2, everybody goes to 2. Everybody can go back to 4, and everybody go back to 4. Let's look at the weighted for team. So now you have team ratings, and same concept. You calculate the total rating for the team, and that will determine the percentage of ratings for all the teams times this multiplier. And these are all set at 5. If you want to change them all to 2, you could set all weights to 2. These were at 5. We'll put them back to 5 for a moment. And if you want to look at the glossary, PDF document will come up, and you can look at the values for the team ratings. Okay. What else? Okay, so let's go back for a moment. So now that's how you would display them and change the values. You can look now. Let me get out. Notice right now my default is set at auto_weights.wts. So let's take a look. Let's say I want to load. Now I typically put everything under Major League Baseball space predictions. That's where the main program is running. And these WTS files, these are the weighted files. They all have an extension of WTS. So here's the order that was loaded. We can load it again. Obviously, it's the same. So once you load a weighting file, it will stay at that value until you change it. Now, If you want to save it, let's say you made some changes. This is telling you make sure it's a WTS, and you can grab this. Let's say no for a moment. Sorry. Let's do that again. You grab that, it'll come down here to this lower box, and you can save. And what you can do is just make this. You can give it another name. I'll just call it number 2, and then you would save it. And then if you wanted to go load it, let's say it was different values. Let's see, here's number 2. And you would load it. Okay. All right, so you can make changes and then save it to another weighted file. So you can load and save and then display. Of course, again, under display, this is how you would, we'll go back, this is how you would make changes. So if you wanted to make changes to strikeouts, you wanted to give that more of a value, you can just move this scale up or down, okay? And then, of course, if you're changing the scales, when you're done, you can come back out and then don't forget to save. Let's go under the original and save it. Now, when you bring in the auto weighting file, strikeouts will be at 7. One more thing I want to show you. Let's go back to the teams. Here's a unique area here. You can, if a home team, if you want to give value to a home team, you can change this value. So again, if the team is away, he's not going to get these points. If the team is home, he'll get these points. These, for streaks and the last 10, you can give values for the highest streak, so you can continue to give points for that, or you can come down here and change it to negative. These are the only 2 that would have negative. So in other words, a high streak would get negative points because you believe that they can't keep up the streak and they're going to lose. So that's kind of why that was changed that way. Same thing for the last 10. The highest last 10 would get 5 points, or you could change it such that the highest streak would get minus 5 points because you believe that not streak, but the last 10, you believe that's going to change on them. Okay? So that's it. That's the weighting files.